Appalachian Field in Sugar Land, Texas, home of the Southland Conference baseball tournament. We've reached the championship game. Sam Houston State taking on Central Arkansas. Let's see how these two teams got to this point. First, for Sam Houston State, the Bearkats swept through their side of the tournament, run-ruling SFA Wednesday. They also got a complete game from Keith Donica against the Lumberjacks. They then topped 2 seeds Southeastern Louisiana before eliminating New Orleans. On the other side, Central Arkansas needed an extra game. They beat HBU on Wednesday, then number 1 seed McNeese Thursday, and after falling to the Huskies last night, they exacted their revenge this afternoon. Chris Mycoskie alongside 17-year Major League vet Greg Swindell. The number 1 seed McNeese, the number 2 seed Southeastern, both eliminated, so it'll be a 3 or a 5 winning a title.
UCA looking for their first title and second in school history since 2013, and Sam Houston, who's just been a regular in this championship game.
Let's take a look at a couple of players to watch. First, for Sam Houston State, nobody has had a better tournament week than Robbie Rojas.
Robbie Rojas has been on fire this week, batting .667 with 2 home runs, and over the last 2 seasons, batting .466, 11 RBIs, 10 runs scored. Another big reason why Sam Houston is back in the championship game looking for another title.
Robbie also recently engaged. We'll show you that video a little bit later. For the Central Arkansas Bears, Keaton Presley with a home run on day 1 of this tournament. A big knock to help run rule Houston Baptist.
Yeah, one of 11 that was hit on the first day of this tournament, a record for home runs hit in one day. During the season series against Sam Houston, batted .417. They're going to need him tonight as a spark plug, a catalyst at the top of that order.
The Bears have 1 loss. The Bearcats are undefeated. That does not matter. This is a winner-take-all championship game. The victor moves on to an NCAA regional next week. Championship baseball next on ESPN3. And here's Rojas hitting .667 on the tournament, 2 home runs, 6 runs batted in. Also played very well defensively. And he got engaged last Thursday on the field at Don Sanders Stadium. His girlfriend, now fiance, Jenny Keval, seeing "Will You Marry Me" on the video board there. And the premise for her throwing out the first pitch, she was a 4-year softball student athlete for Sam Houston, and they said they wanted to honor her by throwing out the first ball in that series opener against Incarnate Word. And she didn't think something was fishy, apparently, as that one goes foul.
Kept it secret.
Yeah, but I would have thought, you know, she thought something was up. This is a little bit interesting. Why am I being picked to throw out the first ball as opposed to one of my fellow seniors on the softball team? But she got the honor, and it turned out it was for that purpose. She turns around and sees "Will You Marry Me" on the video board. Wedding planning can wait. That's not something that Jenny and Robbie want to start working on Monday. They want to wait a few weeks, make a tournament run.
You could do that with a victory right here.
Check the runner back. Sam Houston has a resume where they think they should get consideration as an at-large. There are a lot of impressive wins, but the experts don't seem to think the Bearcats have a chance unless they win the AQ. But a lot of big wins, including finishing off the regular season non-conference-wise by beating Texas A&M handily in College Station.
I would never want to put it in anyone else's hands. If you can take care of business right here, take care of business.
Rojas rips this one into left field. Here comes Johnson. Bearcats take a 1-0 lead to start the championship game. Have a week, Robbie Rojas. The go-ahead RBI in the first inning of the title tilt.
Runners are off right there.
Into center. Hahn giving chase. He won't get there in time, and Bean will score. 3-0 Bearcats here in the championship. Siena, and of course TCU took the finale in that regional championship round. Harp back against the manual scoreboard. It gets over that manual scoreboard. Home run, Central Arkansas. Solo shot for McCarty, and the Bears are within 3. Confidence back up. Ballesteri swings and misses, and after getting a little bit off track, Mills now seems to be regaining his composure. And here's somebody who didn't throw quite as many pitches as Mills has so far today. Bruce Ludlow with just one, just a bit outside to a right-handed hitter. He's been the tournament director here for Southland Conference baseball now for 20 seasons.
He does a great job. Had good form right there too.
Played college baseball at Southern Arkansas. Southland strong to the fullest as Hancock flies out. Got a cake even to celebrate 20 years as Southland Conference tournament director. Wrapping up his 20th season in that role. Bearcats leading the Bears 4-1 here at the Southland Conference tournament. Stop this potential Bear rally. Line shot to Frege. No play at second. He'll have to go to first. Not in time, and the runner's heading home. In there. No! Called out. A delayed out call from Langford. Wow. With the naked eye up here, certainly looked like McCurdy was safe. But we'll take another look. He hesitated there. And Rojas doing a great job blocking the plate.
Never touched the plate. Good
wow.
call.
Rojas, he's had an incredible week. That may be the best thing he's done throughout this tournament. Save that run, end the inning, and Sam Houston retains a 4-2 lead over Central Arkansas. Running through your Twitter feed, got to see what people are saying about this tournament so far.
Check out everything right there. It's been a good final so far. I mean, UCA's making it a close game now, down 2.
Hunter Hearn, first pitch, gets it through the left side of the infield. Harp will come in to score, and the Bearcats increase their lead. It's now 5-2 in favor of Sam Houston.
This was an amazing week.
Harp gets this one through the right side of the infield. Johnson coming home. He'll score without a throw. And Sam Houston State now leads 8-2. Chisholm hits it through Sanchez. And Sam Houston State gets another run on the scoreboard in Andrew Frege. 9-2. And Sam Houston State starting to think about where they'll be sent in the regional round. Up big here late in the Southland Championship. Working in the Sports Information Office at the University of Houston. We were thankful to have him on loan for the week. Long throw across the diamond in time to get Eddie Sanchez.
You can hang a star on that. That was Jeter-esque right there. Had the Jeter hop.
Andrew Frege. Let's watch Sanchez run down the line first, trying to avoid Chisholm as he stretched out and tagged the bag with his hand. And now let's look at it one more time from a different angle. And the throw certainly beats him there. Sanchez had to hesitate a bit, and Chisholm with the stretch.
In this situation, meaning the quick pitching and stuff like that, just go right at him with that fastball.
Ballesteri goes down looking, and Mycoskie is pumped. Coming to Keaton Presley. To the right side of the infield. McKnight trying to make a quick throw. It is in time. The Sam Houston State Bearcats, back-to-back Southland Conference tournament champions. And for the 5th time in 6 years, Sam Houston State is in the NCAA tournament.
Look at it right here. Ball up in the zone as he's able to drive this one out into the left center gap. He sees it hit and just takes off on a dead sprint, and it slides into third base.
And now they'll say that we got the hidden ball trick. Was that what we saw?
I think that's what that was.
I hope we caught that, because I was looking down at my book, scoring the last play.
Here's another look at it right here. He does a great job of never getting on the mound, just pretending to be towing the rubber. Second, he takes that step off. He tags him.
Great job by Bean. In center field, one of the many highlights of this place. Rojas rips a shot. Clark won't be able to get to that baseball. Home run for Robbie Rojas. Continuing an amazing week for that young man. His second home run of the Southland Conference tournament. 6th run batted in. His average now closing in on 900 for the week. Johnson, Frege, and Odom due up, as Odom was a defensive replacement, and I had neglected to add him to the batting order in my very old scorebook. Johnson, swing and a miss.
Say that book's been around quite a while now.
As Johnson goes down swinging. And coming up, it's Frege. Yeah, this guy is 20 years old, and you can see the rings coming out here. Right. This has some wear and tear, but I've been scoring baseball games on this since college. And let's see, we'll find the very first game in here. That one back through the middle. I'm almost out of pages. I'll have to get a new one before next season. I'm not going to be able to fit next year's tournament in here. Let's see. Saturday, May 15th of 1997. The first game in this scorebook. The Baltimore Orioles and the Texas Rangers. This was when I was interning for WBAP, News Talk Radio 820 in Dallas-Fort Worth. And every time I went to cover a game as an intern, I used this book. That's when I first got it. That was the only way, honestly. The reason I first got this, I really didn't have any expectation of becoming a play-by-play guy. It was merely the fact that I used to score games when I was a kid in stands, and that was the best way I knew how to really keep myself engaged and pay attention to every at-bat, not lose focus on something else in the ballpark, really stay in tune with the game in front of me.
I'll say, and not only did you enjoy doing that, but you got to teach that to your classmates at one point.
We did. I told you that earlier today, that in high school, in a speech class, or actually it was junior high, I think. It might have been 8th grade. In a speech class, we all had to teach a lesson on something, and I chose how to score a baseball game. So we spent the better part of the class kind of going over all the details, how 1 is the pitcher, 2 is the catcher, and here's how you mark these kind of things. And here's the little diamond. You make the little way around the base pass. You fill it in if somebody scores. That kind of thing. So went through all that, and thankfully had a lot of sports fans in that class. If a lot of the people in that class didn't care a thing about sports, it would have been really difficult to manage, as Odom takes a free pass. But after going through all the basics, we spent the last 20 minutes of the class watching a Cubs game on the old VHS. And I had them set the starting lineups before I hit play, and we scored a couple of innings. My internship with Dallas Radio, and then it takes a little bit of a break. In the first game in here, wow, this really dates me. Let's get a look at this. The first game when I did play-by-play. If we can take a look at the book. February of 2000. Here we go. University of Missouri against Missouri, Kansas City, UMKC. For the college radio station at Mizzou. Softball between the Kangaroos and the Tigers. My very first game doing play-by-play. 17 years ago.